If you ain't already, man, hit that subscribe button, man. Sub to the channel, man. Feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to like the video, and if you feel like the content is worth sharing, share the content. Uh, I'm just here because earlier on my earlier video, someone asked how were these people allowed to get all of the settlements that they were getting. Well, unfortunately, R. Kelly had an accountant, and an accountant. I guess he was an accountant slash manager. I don't know, allegedly, but I know he was over Kell's finances at one particular time. Mr. McDavid. Um, I believe that there was. I believe that there was an extortion plot put together for them to extort money from R. Kelly, but through the settlement, through a settlement route. And what I mean about an extortion plot through settlement routes, I believe that they was finding these vulnerable women, getting them to agree to file these false accusations against Kales, knowing that he would never see the paperwork. And when the paperwork came, McDavid was the first one to see it since he was over Kale's financing. As soon as he saw the paperwork, he just signed off on it, simply because him and Susan Logan had an agreement, allegedly. All that is allegedly. Uh, because we all understand when in the entertainment, celebrity, or athletes, all them, a lot of time when people come out with allegations and accusations or allegations, whatever, normally your accountant try to pay them some hush money, get them to sign an NDA, so the information never comes out. And by Kell's, having challenge with reading, he relied on someone he trusted to do what was in the best interest of him. And in the midst of that, the guy did what was in the best interest of himself, and not what was in the best interest of R. Kelly. And what was in the best interest of himself was to pocket money for himself. Um, because I just don't see with R. Kelly being the type of guy that he is, that any of this paperwork was brought to him, was discussed to him, and we kind of see the stance. We understand the stance. Okay, so I want you guys to understand this. Why would McDavid take this paperwork to Kells after the incident with uh, after he had the incident with Lisa Van Allen, when he refused to pay her anything, else, after he was set to recover the tapes allegedly. And when they tried to extort him again, he refused to pay him and told him, like, well, if you feel like you got any information, or you feel like you got something worth sending me to prison behind, well, do what you gotta do. Basically, he told him, just do what you gotta do. I'm not giving you any more money. I'm done with it. So his accountant looking at that like, well, then if I bring him a lawsuit, and try to explain this to him, by him not even knowing the individuals, he's automatically gonna say, I'm not paying that. He's gonna fight it. Kells was willing to fight these lawsuits if he knew about it, but but McDavid knew that. So what McDavid did, he just canceled Kells out of it, even knowing about the lawsuits, and just was signing them away, so that was how he was getting his cut from the lawsuits. And it's a fucked up situation. It's a very fucked up situation for Kells, because he trusted this man, and this man knew that Kells trusted him, and then he turned his back on Kells because he knew that if Kells would have got wind of any of these allegations and lawsuits, he was willing to fight them. He was willing to fight them. He wasn't just gonna He wasn't just gonna sign over just because someone said something. No, that wasn't his. That's not Kell's type of demeanor. He's gonna fight him. And McDavid knew that Kells was going to fight those lawsuits if he would have ever saw them. And instead of him presenting them to Kells, he just signed off on them, sent them back to Susan Logan. They worked out a deal, whatever he get, whatever she get. Then the person who did the settlement got what they got. And they continued that train on and on and on until it came to an end. Allegedly, that's how I feel. That's what I believe that was going on. It's clear as day as if that what was going on, because I know if Kells did that with Lisa Van Allen, he would have did that with any of these other allegations that came about with these settlement papers. He would have fought it. I honestly believe he would have fought against it. Um, and if you don't understand how powerful an accountant is, someone who controls your finances is, man, look at all these NFL players, athletes, basketball players, baseball players who account managers have, man, ripped them off. I mean, of millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm talking about from the Garnetts to the Terrell Owens to the Kurt Schillings. I mean, the list goes on. This is not nothing that doesn't happen often. This is something that accountants do more than likely all the time. So that's why it's very, very important that we educate ourselves in that area as far as we can account. We can manage ourselves. We can manage our own money. We can manage our own finances, because when you put an accountant in there, more than likely they don't have your best interest at hand. You may get a few good apples here and there, but trust me, a lot of times you're gonna get a lot of rotten ones. I even read this story of this accountant in Florida. This guy named Abraham Shakespeare won the lottery, and the guy was illiterate. He was illiterate, but someone convinced him to go and get an accountant. Do you all know that this accountant took this man's life behind his lottery winnings? She took this man's life behind his lottery winnings. I mean, she was buying houses and all types of stuff with his money, letting it go in foreclosure just so she can go back and buy it for pennies on the dollar that he paid for it with. She killed this man and buried him under a driveway. This happened in Florida. If you ever, you guys can always look this story up. It's called Abraham Shakespeare. Lottery changed my life. His accountant, she killed him, took everything that he had, and the only thing that gave her away, was her texting his family from a phone like she was him, but his family knew that he was illiterate and had no way of he had no capability of texting them, because he didn't know how to read, write, or spell. He just so happened to win the lottery, a guy who worked in a barbershop, sweeping up hair every day, taking his little money that he made from sweeping up hair every day in a barbershop, buying lottery tickets, and won a lottery for millions of dollars. And someone convinced him that he needed a accounting, and this accountant killed this man and took everything that he had. So that's how important an accountant is, and the role that they play when it comes to your finances when you are dealing with money. They have the ability to do some of the weirdest, strangest, outrageous things when it comes to your finances. And when you become aware of it, you become preyed upon, because they don't want you to expose them for what they have done. And this is what we're seeing with Mr. McDavid. Mr. McDavid don't want to be exposed for what he has done to Kells, because the truth is going to come out. It's going to come out eventually. You can't hide it forever. It won't be hidden forever. So using these women to file these lawsuits and getting this money back, breaking everybody off, however you all were breaking each other off, it's been proven that people are being broken off in the inside of Kell's camp. Thank you to Bubba and Geronda and they little deal they had going on. But I also believe Mr. McDavid and his crew had a part in these settlements being paid out and this money being put into their pockets through these settlements. Because why was none of these settlements ever presented to Mr. Kelly? Because we all understand that Mr. Kelly would have fought those settlements. He would have told those women and those people, take me to court, prove this happened, prove what you're saying happened. Because people in the entertainment business, they have money put aside for these type of for those type of incidents. When people come out with these accusations or falsely accuse them, they have money put to the side to just go and pay it off and sign an NDA just to get rid of the situation. But when it becomes more than one or two or three or four situations, now when they get to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, we starting to question. That's when you're supposed to start to question what the hell is going on. Why are all these people filing these lawsuits against me? What the fuck is going on? Like me, if it was me and if it was my money, I want to know what the hell is going on. Where are all these lawsuits coming from? Who are all these people filing these lawsuits? Do I even know these people? I need to see this. I want to go to trial. I want to face whoever it is that's filing this lawsuit, and I can confront them. Like, hey, I don't even know you. I don't even know of you. When did I ever meet you? Where did we ever cross paths at? You know what I'm saying? But one thing Mr. McDavid understood is he knew that Kells would have fought those lawsuits in court. And he didn't, so therefore he never presented the lawsuits to Mr. Kelly to even give him a chance to fight. He just settled them. That's why you see Mr. Kelly in the position that he in now as far as not having any money. Because this man sat there, every lawsuit came across his table, he settled it. He didn't. I don't believe that he ever presented these lawsuits to Mr. Kelly. Period. That's my opinion. And everything you heard was alleged.